welcome to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. I just wanted to come and give a little bit of a heads up, a beware, if you will. Now, I have not been on the cesspool, also known as X, to read comments that people are putting out there concerning Caitlin Clark's injury. However, I have heard that there are people out there rejoicing in her injury, some even saying that they wish it was worse. I mean, all the nastiness, the cesspoolery. I think I'll make that a word. The cesspoolery that's out there on social media. I, thankfully, have not taken a dive into that cesspoolery, but I've seen things here and there, heard things, I should say, here and there about what's going on. Not a surprise. I want you to be forewarned. I want you to be aware of the narratives, because with Caitlin Clark not being able to play for several games, there will definitely be a narrative surrounding this Indiana Fever team. And that is not a narrative only if they win. And then there's a narrative. And that's not, well, there'll be a narrative if they lose. No, I'm telling you that whether this team finds itself winning, finds itself losing, there will be narratives ready to go. And I'm going to tell you what two of them are, okay? First of all, if the team wins, and of course, if you're an Indiana Fever fan, you want this team to win. You want the pieces that were put together to be gelled so well that this team is able to overcome the floor general not being able to play for a while. This team is able to hold it down, as they say. We've got veterans, we've got champions, we've got all-stars, we've got young, we've got older. And so we want this team to be able to win. There are some anti-Caitlin folk, I'll just put it like that, who also want this team to win, but not for the reasons we want this team to win. Some people out there can't wait for the team to win. Let me rephrase that. They don't really want them to win. That's not, they want this team to lose. They want everything connected to Caitlin Clark to lose. So let me rephrase what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is they are waiting to twist things should this team win, begin to win. And the narrative will be they don't need Caitlin Clark. The narrative will be Caitlin Clark and all of her 62 records she broke. Caitlin Clark with all of the expectations. Caitlin Clark with all of the hype, they call it. She's not needed for this team to win. This team doesn't really need her. This team is better off without her. This team is better off without the turnovers and the whole, whatever else they throw out there, because they got nothing else. This team is better off without that player who never managed to win a college championship. See there, they're winning. So yeah, they don't really want them to win, but they've got something in the back pocket they think that they can pull out so they can push the narrative, because really they don't want them to win. So I just want to clarify that. But haters hate. And I say hate kind of in quotation marks because sometimes we throw that word around, but I mean like the haterade. But some of them, it is real hate, sadly. But the anti-Caitlin crowd, they'd love for them to lose, but they're waiting for them to win. And they've got something ready. They don't need Caitlin. She ain't all that. And some will even go so far as to say they're better off without her. The other narrative is waiting for if the team is losing. And that narrative will be, see there? You see there? This organization put together a stacked team, put together a stacked group of people, a super team, and it came back to bite him. Yeah, you see how that is. God don't like ugly. Trying to go put together a stacked team. Who do you think you are trying to actually win? Look at that. It backfired. You can't even win with your shenanigans. You can't even win with your super team that you went and snuck and got and coerced people to come to the place that certain people said nobody would want to come to. It always comes back to get you. I'm telling you, I'm not really exaggerating here. This isn't all that hyperbolic. They've got the narratives ready to go. So I'm telling you, beware of the narratives. And it's really crafty because you got to be ready when you're a hater. You got to be ready because you don't quite know which way it's going to go. So you got to be prepared. So once again, let's run this again. If this team wins, the narrative is they don't need Caitlin Clark. She's not all that. Getting her out of the way allowed Sydney Colson to cook. Caitlin keeps her from cooking. She's on the bench when Caitlin is in there. But now that the great white hype is, you know what they say, add that to the other narratives. Now that the great white hype is nursing her leg, now the other players can cook. They don't need her. And then, of course, again, if they're losing, look at that. Tried everything you could to make sure you could beat everybody else, and you still can't get the job done. Yeah. And you get those people who say, the universe always gives it back to you. It's a lot of nonsense. But I just wanted to come and say, this is just a little short video, and I just wanted to come and say to you, beware of the narrative. Made my mind think, beware the Ides of March. I don't even know all about the Ides of March, except it shows up in a Shakespearean play. Beware the narratives. I want to encourage you once again to go back to my video about the survival guide for the 2025 season. If you haven't watched it, watch it. If you have watched it, do like some other people and watch it again. Little did I know we would need that so much so soon. All right. Once again, tonight, I have the honor of collaborating with Carter from Convos with Carter on YouTube. It's a live stream, 5:00 p.m. Central Time, which is 6:00 p.m. Eastern tonight, Tuesday. Be in the building, be in the chat. I don't know where the conversation will go with the Convos with Carter, but I'm looking forward to it. And I hope you are too. All righty. Beware of the narratives. I'll catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundantly.